What up, fuckers? Welcome to an all-new episode of Video Game Deathmatch, an analytic audio adventure. I'm your host, Andy. You might be one of literally dozens of people who previously heard the show over on One Up Pod, but as that podcast rode off into the sunset, for the time being, Video Game Deathmatch is going it alone, like a child left home alone when their parents head off to Las Vegas. You've just found me starting out a career as a criminal. It's 1982, and I'm collecting a brick from Big Johnny Sacco. A brick of drugs, I'm told. I need to drop it off with one of our local dealers, who will sell it in small samples to yuppies. It's a victimless crime. Hey boss, it's Andy, the new guy. You got the topical ointment you want me to deliver to your mother? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, okay, cool. I'll get that delivered right away for you. Okay, love you. Never mind. Anyway, being the fan of illegal activities that I am, I'm obviously a huge fan of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto series. The Grand Theft Auto 3D trilogy counts as some of the most defining games of my youth. The two standouts for me being GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas. I think that's that guy on the corner over there. So, while GTA 3 redefined the scale and freedom open to gamers in a sandbox, its two sequels expanded upon that idea perfectly. Without them, GTA would not be the blockbuster juggernaut that it is today. But which game is better? I'm going to find out today. But, oh, hey. Here are the drugs you... Who the fuck is... Oh. Some dude just slugged me right in the diaphragm. Fuck, and he's run off with my drugs. Oh, fuck. Okay, I need to chase down this little prick. Luckily my car's right here. Because I can't limp after him. So join me for a new episode of Video Game Deathmatch. GTA Vice City versus GTA San Andreas. Piece of shit. Start. The little prick is weaving through the alleys. I'm still on him though. So, GTA Vice City was released in 2002 on the PlayStation 2, before being ported to PC and Xbox in the years that followed. It dropped to near universal acclaim and monster sales. It sold a total of 10.5 million copies, outselling Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 2 and GTA 3. It stands as the fourth best-selling PS2 game of all time. There he is. GTA San Andreas was released in 2004, a mere 2 years after the release of the previous game. Just try to imagine that turnaround today. It's insane. The game narrowly edged out Vice City in terms of critical reception, and it sold a staggering 17.33 million copies, making it the #1 best-selling PS2 game of all time. Fuck, he just jumped over a fence. It's okay, I know a way around. As with every Video Game Deathmatch episode, the two chosen games will be competing over the course of 5 rounds, and the game that takes the most rounds will be declared the victor. The rounds for this episode will be characters, story, missions, the cities, and radio stations. He's cutting across the train yard wasteland, a little prick. Fucking got him now. These games were visually and mechanically near identical, so categories like presentation and gameplay are largely useless. Where mechanical changes feel relevant, they will be discussed, but for the most part the differences aren't enough to make an accurate call. Oh, fucking gotcha! Whew. Really? Really? You punched me in the stomach? You know that's how Houdini died. And now you got hit by a car. You know who died from getting hit by a car? Nobody important. So how's that feel? Dickhead. I better get these drugs back. The middle class aren't going to block out their existential despair without them. I'll see you in round 1. Round 1. Characters. Hey, cool to see you again. A few years have passed since I last saw you. I was given some extra responsibility for rescuing those drugs from that kid who's now buried in the foundation of a supermarket. I'm on my way to collect from some local businesses who are a little late on their not getting their shops burned down payments. You meet some real characters on a job like this, which is a convenient enough segue into discussing the characters of GTA's Vice City and San Andreas respectively. There are 3 subcategories to discuss here: the main characters, the supporting cast, and the antagonists. In GTA Vice City, the main character is Tommy Vercetti, played to hair-trigger perfection by Ray Liotta. This was a prime example of a big Hollywood actor not treating a video game gig like they were slumming it. Tommy is a savvy businessman and a ruthless criminal. If anyone crosses him or threatens his bottom line, they will be facing the business end of a chainsaw before long. Despite this, Tommy is a loyal and caring character who will let frequent screw-ups stay around if they have proven themselves to be a good ally to him in the past. He also showed surprising tenderness towards print shop owner Ernest Kelly, due to reminding him a little of his own father. That loyalty leads to naivety. Most people would have shit-canned Lance Vance long before the finale, but Tommy refused to see him for the rat that he was. It shows Tommy is a little blinded, a little imperfect, and that makes him more interesting to follow. Okay, I just have to head into this shop for a second. You just wait out here. Pleasure doing business. See you in 3 weeks. How kind. To make up for the money they didn't have, they've gifted me $100 worth of premium vodka. The guys at the club are going to love this. I love when compromises are possible. The next place is just down the street. Vice City boasts a strong supporting cast. You have characters like Ken Rosenberg, Kent Paul, and the Love Fist guys. There's Umberto, Cortez, all great characters who help uplift and motivate Tommy through the story. Even smaller roles like the porn director feel dimensional and contribute to the texture of this corner of the universe. There are several core antagonists in the story. Sonny is set up as the primary antagonist, played with a mean sliminess by Tom Sizemore. The minor antagonist, Diaz, also exudes an unpredictable menace which makes him easy to hate. But the highlight is Lance Vance, your partner in crime, with a real case of the Fredos. That's the brother in The Godfather, not the chocolate frog for any Brits listening. He's a petty, spiteful, whiny little bastard who keeps demanding respect despite never really delivering the sort of results that would earn it. His betrayal may be telegraphed from a mile away, but that just shows the character was well written and well performed. Okay, we're at the dry cleaners. Just stay here again. What the fuck? Nothing? There's no fucking money. Not even a light on the way. Another seamless transaction completed. So let's head on to the final stop of my rounds. GTA San Andreas is fronted by Carl Johnson, CJ for short. He's a major fan favourite protagonist, an ex-con who wants out of the life only to be dragged back in when tragedy hits his family. CJ sets himself apart from his contemporaries, Claude and Tommy, in that he wants no part of this life and he's simply trying to keep his family together in the face of immense external manipulations and internal betrayals. He is, at least initially, a reluctant participant in his story. He is also far more forgiving in nature, giving even sworn enemies a chance to reconsider their actions and find a better way. Even if it inevitably leads to carnage and bloodshed, at least he tried. He paved the way for more thoughtful, conscientious GTA characters and Red Dead Redemption characters who could still serve as a perfect centerpiece to the chaos of the story. CJ is a more relatable everyman type. It's the sort of role you can better fit yourself into, which helps with the game's more RPG-inspired character systems. I don't strictly think GTA needs that. You don't need to relate to these characters, you just need to buy in. These games need someone you can believe, someone who could juggle a story filled with betrayal and hidden agendas, but also tear ass across the city and cause carnage. CJ is a great character and an easy one to root for, perfect for his story, but he's too calm and sympathetic to really let the player commit. Tommy is a captivating sociopath, unhinged but surprisingly easy to root for. He fits his story, but also makes sense as someone who might go on a warpath from time to time. The supporting characters are where San Andreas really shines. The Grove Street crew may trade in more blatant archetypes than Vice City's motley crew, but the shading between the lines really makes them come into their own, especially characters like Big Smoke and Ryder. There's also some fun side characters like Wu Z and The Truth to mix things up, and a welcome, period-appropriate return for characters like Kent Paul and Ken Rosenberg. The antagonists are where I feel San Andreas falls short of its predecessor in a notable way. It's not to say they're bad, but Officer Tenpenny feels like a pretty stock, crooked cop, elevated by a convincing Samuel L. Jackson performance. There's not a lot in the way of nuance here, and it feels like most of the bad shit he does isn't really motivated by anything in the way it is with characters like Sonny or Lance, or even Diaz. Similarly, I didn't buy into the betrayal from Big Smoke or Ryder in the same way I did Lance. The motivations of these characters all felt very one-dimensional. Okay, I'm at the last shop. I'll be right back. I want my money. Don't worry, this is just a little misunderstanding. I was explaining the terms of Mr. Panopoly's payment plan with us. He had forgotten a few key details. Hadn't you, Mr. Panopoly? The winner for this round is GTA Vice City. Round 2. Story. Fuck. Oh, hey. I got a promotion. Cool, huh? They started trusting me with bigger jobs. Unfortunately, this particular job is going fucking horribly. We tried to hit a bank and my associate took a bullet to the stomach and he's currently pissing red all over the back seat. Sorry. So while I tried to shake the angry convoy of cops behind me, let's talk a little bit about the story. Vice City's story starts as a simple job gone wrong. A classic setup, especially in this franchise. Everything about Vice City follows a clear thread. Even the dalliances with supporting characters are tied to one main goal. Tommy needs to repay Sonny for the lost money and drugs. So to do this, Tommy plans to build an empire for himself, forge alliances with those who can help him, take down anyone that threatens him, and screw over Sonny when all is said and done. I'm just gonna cut through this farmer's market, okay? Hold on. Okay, that's fine. Vice City's story is very focused on Tommy stepping out on his own and becoming his own boss. Everything ties into that. Even things that aren't obviously connected to the botched drug deal or Sonny's looming threat are connected. They're about Tommy taking over businesses and expanding his power. Hold on, we're nearly in the clear. Fuck! One of them snuck up on me. Whew, Christ, that was a close one. The San Andreas story initially feels very simple and to the point. CJ has returned home to bury his dead mother and hopefully reconcile with his resentful family members and former gangmates, but is blackmailed into helping crooked cops. Things get more complicated when he realises his boys are actually working with the cops and their rival gang. After being betrayed and his brother is arrested, CJ is exiled into the countryside to assassinate some witnesses that could implicate the crooked cops. There's also stuff involving hippies and triads and casinos and a heist, and government agents. It's a lot of stuff, frankly. Hold on, we're just going to cut through this video game arcade. Fucking hell, they're still on us. Okay, eventually the story returns to Los Santos and picks up the main story thread again, with Tenpenny and Smoke, which gets us into more socially relevant subject matter like the inadequacies of the justice system, riots, and high-speed motorcycle chases. The problem with San Andreas' story is that it takes such a lengthy, radical detour in the middle stretch that it feels like it's becoming a completely different game for a while. CJ has to do a lot of stuff for other people in order to get back to the main story. No other GTA game goes off course this severely. It's fun, no doubt, but it doesn't coalesce as neatly as Vice City's story does. Shit, there's an open garage door. I'm gonna try for it. Just... easy now. We're in. Due to its more focused and coherent narrative, the winner for this round is GTA Vice City. Oh, fuck, I think that actually worked. Did you see all that back there? Oh, he's dead. Round 3. Missions. Hey guys. It's been a while since the bank job went down. The boss was not happy with me, so I need to earn my way back up the earning circle performing hits. I'm currently waiting outside this guy's house for him to show up finally. It's been a while. I hate this so much. This is my least favourite part of being in a gang, I have to admit. That, or being a drug suitcase. I developed really bad hemorrhoids after the last time I did that. And this particular job involves a lot of sitting around and waiting, which is not great. But a job's a job, so I should get on with it. Wait, is that him? It was just a pigeon that looks a lot like a man from the distance. On the topic of jobs, let's talk about the missions in Vice City and San Andreas. Story-wise, the missions in Vice City are a big step up from 3. The mission where you need to save the rock band Love Fist from a psycho stalker is great fun in terms of its structure and the writing, as is a mission where you're chasing a man around with a chainsaw. And even though it feels somewhat quaint compared to the things you can do in GTA Online, the bank job mission remains an all-timer in terms of its dramatic pace. But in general, the construction of these missions is quite familiar. Not much variety on offer, going from A to B, kill some people, escape the cops. It's not a huge knock, as a lot of GTA games have missions following that particular formula. It's a simple formula, and the writing usually helps lend each one of them their own personality. Oh, that's him. It's that fucking pigeon again. In many ways, GTA San Andreas felt like a chance for Rockstar to show off. They had firmly established that this style of game works in GTA 3 and GTA Vice City, but this was a game where they got to expand on a lot of areas. There's a lot of really well written missions. Something as simple as going out for fast food and getting into a car chase feels impactful because they give the missions enough time to let the characters breathe first. But there's also some ingeniously structured and executed missions. The casino heist is great fun, an impressive precursor to the sort of stuff they'd be pulling off in GTA 5 and GTA Online, and still stands as one of the absolute best missions in the entire franchise. What? No, fuck off, I don't need my windows doing. No, look, stop doing my windows. Ah, fuck's sake. Fucking... Here, there's 10. No, fuck off.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. The fucking chair is soggy now. Shit. Wait, did I miss the guy going in there? I'm sure I saw someone go into that door. Fuck. Shit. Okay, yeah, you just turned the lights on. Okay. We gotta go in there. Follow me. So there are also stealth missions, such as breaking and entering jobs, or the mission where you break into a rapper's mansion to steal a book of lyrics. These are a fun way of using the game's rudimentary stealth mechanics, and frankly, the only time you're really going to use them in a GTA game. Just need to pick this locker up. Oh, they left it unlocked. Careless. Very careless. So, admittedly, San Andreas does feature the most aggravating flying mission in the original trilogy, the one involving a remote control plane. I found finishing the remote control mission in Vice City far easier this time, whereas the San Andreas one was an absolute fucking nightmare still. The mission where you need to chase down a train with big smoke is also possibly the most frustrating bullshit mission in the entire franchise. But these standout terrible moments aren't enough to discredit how good some of the other missions can get. The gang war minigame in San Andreas is less engaging than the business empire stuff in Vice City, but feels like a much smaller part of the game, so it doesn't demand your whole time. Another fun addition is the dating minigame. It lets you take several different characters out for some activities. It would be expanded upon in GTA 4, although people's mileage did vary on that one. The scale, invention, and complexity of missions on offer in GTA San Andreas, along with the optional side content, would define all future GTA games, as well as the Red Dead Redemption series. There's no question about this one. The winner is GTA San Andreas. Wait. That was that fucking pigeon again. Fuck.
Hello? Help me!
Just to be safe. Maybe a few more. Round 4. Cities. Hey there! Believe it or not, I got another promotion. I'm now entrusted with running one of our casinos, which is apparently a really easy way to launder dirty money. Things have really taken a turn for the better with me. My suit is lined with the finest sloth skin, I'm eating diamond bedazzled lobster, and I'm sleeping in a waterbed full of perfume. I'm currently making the rounds of the casino, making sure everything is going well. Ah, someone got lucky, I guess. It's fun. As part of the job, I had to relocate, which got me thinking about the cities used in GTA Vice City and San Andreas. The setting is a major part of GTA's appeal. The big reveal trailers often highlight the city before any storylines are even hinted at, so it feels appropriate to compare the two games on this basis. Another one? What the fuck? Anyway, Vice City is noticeably bigger than its Liberty City predecessor. It's split into several different areas, from the neon-bathed beauty of the Washington Beach seafront, to the more tourist-friendly Vice Point, to the more run-down areas surrounding the airport and seaport, right down to the more metropolitan downtown area. Each area has its own personality, its own significance in the bigger story, its own role to play in Tommy's empire, but it all feels part of a greater whole. The city makes sense. Why are all these machines paying out? That's not supposed to happen. I love driving along the beachfront area, taking in the sun by day and the pink fuzz of neon by night. Starfish Island becomes your base of operations, almost imposing in its opulence. God damn it, I'm so bad at this. Running a casino is so hard. So the key to Rockstar's world building is always remembering to make their locations memorable and distinct. Landmarks, unique street shapes, little things that help you commit these places to memory and make travelling the map easier the longer you spend in it. Liberty City in GTA 3 was sometimes a little confusingly laid out, perhaps a little too committed to realistically representing its real-life counterpart with no mind towards player navigation. Oh fuck this, I'm heading to the in-house theatre. At least nothing's going wrong there. Vice City has none of the issues that Liberty City had. It is so clearly planned out that you could eventually make your way around blindfolded. San Andreas abides by the same driving principles of its predecessor, but spanning 3 unique cities and a large stretch of countryside between them. Until GTA 5, this was the biggest GTA map that Rockstar had ever created. It may have lacked the staggering detail of GTA 4's map, but it absolutely dwarfed it in terms of scale. Despite having 3 different cities to design, one based on LA, one based on San Francisco, and one based on Las Vegas, each city has the same level of care and attention to detail that Vice City received. The Resident Magic Show is currently on. I should pop my head in and see how it's going. Oh, fuck. The tiger got out. Let's move along quickly. We'll let an orderly deal with that later. Los Santos has varying different neighbourhoods, a downtown area and a lively beachfront. San Fierro has its striking hill with trademark railcars, the beautiful waterfronts, sports franchises, and more broadly speaking, a more spread out design, with fewer high-rises dominating the skyline. Las Ventura... Sorry, I just got handed a note. God damn it. Someone's been caught counting cards. They're being held in the back. I should head over there. So Las Venturas is a smaller, flatter build with next to no high-rises beyond the few casinos that dominate the colourfully lit strip. There are massive highways and an increasingly noticeable economic decline the further out from the casinos you get. Each city stands as its own entity with its own unique layouts, landmarks, and general vibes. Rockstar put the same level of focus into building Los Santos, San Fierro and Las Venturas as they did with Liberty City and Vice City, and they did it all in one game. It's a staggering achievement in design that has only since been topped by Red Dead Redemption 2's map. Okay, where is this son of a bitch? Nah, fuck this. I'm not in the mood. I'm gonna have to make an example out of you, okay? Somebody hand me that hammer over there. For its depth and scale of design, the winner for this round is GTA San Andreas. Round 5. Radio. Hey there. Things have not gone well since I last saw you. The police are onto me and I had to go into hiding. I'm currently holed up in one of the family's safe houses until transport out of the country can be arranged. I don't have a lot to do here beyond listening to FM radio and reading this dog-eared copy of Christine by Stephen King. As a result, all I can think about is radio stations and cars. And helpfully, GTA has both of these. I settled on talking about radio because I've read Christine about 20 times now and I'm officially freaked out by cars. There are 9 radio stations in GTA Vice City, 7 of those are dedicated to music, with the genres being rock, electro and hip-hop, disco, Latin-fused music, and 2 pop stations, along with 2 talk radio stations. Flash FM is my favourite station in the game by far. It's perhaps my favourite station in all of GTA, but every station in this game has certified bangers from start to finish, a soundscape that perfectly encapsulates the era. The parody commercials that punctuate these era-defining hits are also suitably brilliant and on point, with movie trailers, ads for TV shows, a lot of great period-accurate commercials, and some superb skits that play out on the talk radio shows. Shh, wait. Nothing. It's okay. The hosts on these shows are all great characters, incredibly well defined, some with ongoing storylines of their own. The interactions and interviews are all hilarious. It's colourfully put together and easily the funniest radio content of the series. I should just put the radio on to take my mind off things. I just feel like I'm hearing things outside all the time.
Tonight at 7.
Yeah. Anyway, San Andreas has a great range of genres, showcasing the diverse sounds of the era. It gives you more freedom to cultivate your sound on the fly, but I didn't find myself settling into a favourite station the way I did with Vice City. The reliance on stunt casting for the radio hosts lends some realism to things, especially with Chuck D or Axl Rose, but they don't quite fit into the overall tone of their respective stations the way they did with the hosts in Vice City. The best hosts remain the ones that played by actual voice actors. They get the joke and they play up to it appropriately. What was that? Fuck. The cops have found me. Okay, I need to pack. I gotta make this quick. The commercials and segues feature some really dark satire, perhaps a little meaner in tone than Vice City. One of the standouts being the moment in Entertaining America where the host is accidentally killed by fading action star Jack Howitzer, making a return from Vice City. Add to that, he's promoting a kindergarten cop parody that's called Special Needs Cop, which on paper in 2024 sounds like the most offensive thing you can imagine, but it's actually quite tame compared to some of the other jokes. I think both games have a superb selection of songs and some great gags, better than anything in GTA 3, 4, and even big chunks of GTA 5. But my choice for winner goes to the one that fleshes out the tone and sense of place most effectively. So for its laser-focused vibe across all stations, the winner is GTA Vice City. Okay, fine. I'll see you in the next section for my final thoughts. Hey, ease up, will you? Jesus, fucking... Final thoughts. Hey, to get out of a lengthy jail sentence, I cut a deal. Sold out my boss and every major player in the family. So now I'm in witness protection. My name is now Marwin Mackenzie. I'm a photocopier repairman who lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with a communal swimming pool that's got a recurring possum suicide problem. I have to live under the radar. No fancy suits, no expensive meals. I've come to this diner on the outskirts of town because it's the only place that serves flatbreads. I'm a broken man. The onion rings are pretty good too. The winner for this episode of Video Game Deathmatch is GTA Vice City. If we are being honest, there are no bad GTA games, but Vice City has managed to stand the test of time as one of the absolute best. Even with all the technical advancements, the series has yet to recapture the aura that Vice City exuded. I'll have a coffee and some onion rings to start.
Uh-huh.
Thanks. San Andreas remains an engrossing, incredibly ambitious entry in the series, laying the groundwork for GTA 5, but the game that truly established the blueprint that would define Rockstar's work for the next 2 decades was perfected in GTA Vice City. And that's us for another episode of Video Game Deathmatch. If you're a returning listener, thank you for sticking with me as I move away from One Up Pod. If you're a new listener, thanks for giving me a try. You can hear all my previous episodes on the podcast feed, so please remember to follow me on whatever your preferred podcast platform is. You can follow me on Twitter at truly_defective for all updates on the show, until I can be asked to set up an official account for the show. So I'll see you again soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, don't forget to get a life.
You